I'm Nancy Ann. This is a boule of sourdough, and this is Simply Beautiful Sourdough. And I am going to be trying a new design idea I have for one of my Christmas tree scores on this boule. I do have my oven preheated to 500 degrees with my Dutch oven minus the lid heating inside. This is an 20% whole wheat loaf, and it's 80% bread flour, 75% hydration. I will have all of that information down in the description box, as well as pinned to the top of the comments, along with affiliate links to Amazon for all of the tools, plus some that I am using today. Let's get into this. Want to apologize for all of the shadows because it is evening. I'm having to rely on lights in the kitchen, and there's just some shadows, including my camera shadow here. I apologize for that. I'm going to be moving rather swiftly on this one because this is 75% hydration, and those tend to drop on me, and I messed that up because I'm going to be using string. I want the string to go on first. This is just dipped in some oil. You've probably seen me do these before. This is the same principle as a pumpkin loaf. I put it on my bread sling, and I'm going to put my little turntable here and flip it over. Now I'm going to tie all of these. Get this one done first. There is a little bit of oil on the loaf. I've never had a big problem with that making an issue with anything for me. I used to tie them kind of tight. I don't think I'm going to do it in this case because I don't want to completely ruin the crumb, although it would like to be a little bit tighter than that. Yeah, just about that. And then this one, try and get it kind of evenly distributed, although you can redistribute the fullness of these after the tying is done, which I'm probably going to do. My fingers are in the way. I apologize for that. Okay, that's a little bit, that's perfect. Okay, thought it was a little tight, but it's fine. Actually, I'm going to bring this one underneath these and use that to tie them all together there. Now I'm going to lift all these up, and I'm going to cut them off. I'm going to give the loaf a good spray with some water so that my white rice flour can stick. I often would try and do this with black cocoa powder, but quite frankly, I don't feel like messing with it tonight because it sticks to everything, and it's hard to get off the counters, and it's just a mess. So white's easier to clean. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to turn this around a little bit, make sure I'm reasonably even as far as my sections go. The reason I put the string in oil is it doesn't stick to my loaf when I go to pull it off. It doesn't tear the bread. At least it hasn't so far. I don't want this to be the time. That's even enough. Now I'm going to take my rice flour, and I'm going to evenly sprinkle it all over this. Well, not so evenly. I'll push it around with my hands when I'm done. I like the concentration of it to be at the top because then I can kind of push it down. So let me try this and see if that's enough. And we're going to watch this loaf relax and bulge against this string. I just have to hope it'll come up in the oven. I'm not going to go as thick as I normally do. In interest of time, let me go brush all of this off the excess, the edges of the mat here. Now I'm going to grab my lamb, my UFO lamb, and I'm going to do sort of like a reverse wheat stalk, only it's going to fan out a little bit. I'm just going to make some Christmas tree branches, I guess, is what these are. And I'm going to do a little line right here at the bottom for, I'll do 2 of them for the trunk. I'm going to go all the way around and do this. I think I should do all one side at one time. I'm going to do my little line at the bottom there. Trying to do it so we both can see it. I'm just implying a trunk. Now over here. I don't think I have as much rice flour on this one. Oh well. And my trunk. I'm keeping my lines fairly shallow here because this is not my main score. We're going to do our main score around these Christmas trees and next to these lines when we're done with this part. Only that one's going to be harder because I got that really close to the string. These don't need to be exactly alike or perfect. Christmas trees grow differently, so we're going to use that as an excuse for them to be not quite matching. Plus oven spring's going to make them unmatching anyway. And get this back so you can see me do just 2 little lines from my trunks. Now I'm going to take that same loam and I'm just going to go along the edges. I don't want to cut my string. I'm being pretty careful. And I'm also going to try and avoid my design. And I want the cut lines here, these main score lines, to meet at the top. That did run into the tree right there, but it was kind of unavoidable. I would like to do this in one solid line, but my hand is blocking the string, so it's hard to see exactly where I'm going sometimes. One last one. I'm going to make sure that these meet at the top on each one. Those 2 are meeting, and I'm also going to make sure, pardon me, gravelly voice, that this line gets deep enough. I want this nice and deep, these that go next to the line, the string, because these are our main scores and they are going to take the tension off of the Christmas trees so that hopefully they don't bust up. They stay intact and we can clearly see that they're a Christmas tree. I'm just going around and deepening them right now. This is really one of my favorite basic ways to score a Christmas loaf, is doing little trees like this going all the way around. So I'm going to use my scissors to loosen the tips here. You just want to kind of reach underneath the tip, and you can get a little further after you do that initial cut. A lot of times I would go around and go ahead and snip in like this at each one of the branches, but because I want to save time and get this right in the oven, I'm going to skip that. So I'm going to put it in the oven, put the cold lid on top of the hot Dutch oven, lower that oven temperature to 425 degrees, and we will see you in 40 minutes. Let's take a look at how our Christmas trees score came out. Puff of steam here. Oh, it turned out nicely. 40 minutes at 425 after I lowered it down from 500. Our little trees. Probably would have been good if I could have done the snips around the edge. This is the one where I came in too close to the tree, I think. But I think overall that is adorable. I'm going to put it back in the oven for another 20 minutes to ensure that it's baked all the way through and not wet at the bottom. I used to, and I normally do, take the lid off during this last part, but because these are already kind of crispy and I don't want them to get over brown, and some people that I serve sourdough to appreciate a little bit of a softer crust, I am going to put the lid back on for the last 20 minutes at 25 and at 425, and I'll see you with the final bake. Here is the loaf fully baked. It's only been out of the oven for a few minutes, but I think it turned out pretty nice. Our Christmas trees are standing up fairly well here. I'm trying to get you a good shot of that. I'm pretty happy with it. Let me see if I can handle this with my bare hands. Oh, barely. Yeah, but our little Christmas tree tips, they're standing up pretty well. The higher hydration, I think, is kind of keeping it from being quite as tall as it normally would have been, but I should have a nice crumb on this. We're not going to see that because I'm going to put it in the freezer, but I am going to see, even though it's very hot, if I can get this string off with you here. Just real carefully take those off. I don't want to tear my bread. Use the scissors to lift this one. Well, maybe I'll wait and see if I can get that from the back side. This one as well. You want to come up? We're fighting me. Okay, I'll turn it over. Get the rest of them. I've never tried it this hot before, but it's working. And that should take it from this side. And there it is. It is very hot. I'm waiting to put this down, but it turned out so cute. I'm going to put up my Christmas scoring playlist in a clickable thumbnail at the end. It has two other loaves that are scored in this same pattern with the trees all around the edges, one with string and one without. One of them is one of my very most popular videos, so do be sure and check that out. And I will go ahead and link that also in the description box probably. And I want to thank you very much for taking a little bit of your time to spend with me today. I hope I have helped you with some of your Christmas sourdough scoring. Let me know what you think in the comments, please. Also, if you could hit the like button, that thumbs up button, just squish it for me. That helps the video a whole bunch. And subscribe if you like different types of videos about sourdough, mostly scoring. And I'll see you on my next one. Bye-bye, and be blessed.